Every great story begins in silence. Not with noise, not with celebration, but with stillness. A quiet moment when nothing seems to move, and yet everything is changing. You might not notice it at first. The world around you seems ordinary. The days pass. The routines repeat. But somewhere deep inside, a voice begins to whisper. There's more to your life than this. That's how transformation begins. Not with thunder, not with applause, but with a whisper inside your soul saying, I can be more. Most people ignore that voice. They silence it with distractions, with comfort, with excuses. They say, maybe later. They wait for motivation to strike like lightning, not realizing that true change never comes from the outside. It comes from within. From the decision that today you will start walking, even if the path is uncertain. The truth is, beginnings are never perfect. They are messy, awkward, full of doubts. You will question yourself. You'll wonder if you have what it takes. You'll face fear, hesitation, and the temptation to quit before you even begin. But that's exactly how every great life starts. Through the courage to take one small, imperfect step. Think about the strongest trees in the forest. They don't grow overnight. They start as tiny seeds buried in darkness. No one sees them. No one claps for them. But silently, beneath the soil, they push their roots deeper, gathering strength for the day they'll break through the surface. That's where you are right now. In your unseen season of growth, you may not see results yet. You may feel like you're behind, like everyone else is moving faster, but growth is not always visible. Sometimes it happens quietly, in your discipline, in your patience, in your refusal to give up. Every day you show up, every time you choose progress over comfort, you are planting roots that will one day hold up your dreams. People often ask, when will things change for me? The answer is simple. When you change for yourself, no one is coming to rescue you. No one will walk your path for you. Life is not waiting for the perfect moment. It's waiting for you to decide. The power to start is already within you. The question is, will you listen to that quiet voice inside? Because that voice, the one that tells you to try again, to rise again, to become more, that's not random. That's your potential calling your name. It's your higher self trying to wake you up. It's life whispering, you are meant for something greater. The world around you will tell you to settle, to fit in, to stay in line, but greatness doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from standing up, from daring to be different, from taking the road less traveled, even when it's lonely. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to not know what's next. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the choice to move forward despite it. Every hero you admire once stood where you are, unsure, afraid, uncertain. But they chose to take one step forward, and that one step changed everything. You might be thinking, but what if I fail? And that's a fair question. You will fail. You will fall. You will stumble more than once. But every fall will teach you something. Every failure will shape you. And one day, you'll look back and realize that every mistake was a lesson, every delay was protection, and every detour was direction. The path to success isn't straight. It's full of turns, doubts, and setbacks. But the ones who make it are not the most talented. They are the most consistent. They keep going when others stop. They believe when others doubt. They rise when others fall. And slowly, through patience and persistence, they create something unbreakable inside themselves. Character. Character is built in silence. In the mornings when you don't feel like getting up. In the nights when no one sees your effort. In the moments when quitting feels easier but you choose to stay. That's where greatness is born. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. So if you're listening to this right now, understand this truth. You are in your beginning. It may not look like much. It may not feel powerful. But every giant started small. Every mountain was once a grain of dust, and every legend began with a single choice: to begin. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to be fearless or perfect. You just need to start and keep starting every day, because momentum grows from movement, not motivation. You don't wait to feel ready. You become ready by doing. So take a deep breath, look at where you are, and remember, this quiet beginning, this simple moment of choosing yourself, might just be the start of the most powerful chapter of your life. Your story doesn't have to be loud to be great. It just has to be real. And right now, it's beginning. The power of discipline. If motivation is the spark, then discipline is the fire that keeps burning long after the spark has faded. Motivation can start your journey, but only discipline can take you to the finish line. Most people wait for motivation. They wait to feel ready, to feel inspired, to feel like doing it. But life doesn't reward feelings. It rewards action. You can't control when motivation shows up, but you can control your discipline. Discipline is the quiet agreement you make with yourself, to show up no matter how you feel. Think of it like this. Motivation gets you to the gym once. Discipline keeps you going every morning. Motivation inspires you to write the first page. Discipline finishes the book. Motivation makes you dream. Discipline makes you do. There's beauty in consistency. There's power in doing something small every single day, even when no one notices. Because in those quiet repetitions, those unseen moments of effort, something inside you is growing stronger. You are teaching your mind that your word matters. You are building trust with yourself, and that trust is everything. When you say, "I'll do it," and you actually do it, you build a kind of inner strength that no one can take from you. It's not about being perfect. It's about being reliable to yourself. Discipline is freedom in disguise. At first, it feels like sacrifice. Giving up comfort, saying no to distractions, controlling your impulses. But over time, discipline sets you free. Free from regret, free from self-doubt, free from the chaos of inconsistency. The truth is, discipline is not punishment. It's love, the purest form of self-respect. It's telling yourself, "I deserve better, and I'm willing to work for it." When you live with discipline, you stop negotiating with your excuses. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You stop depending on how you feel, because feelings are temporary. Discipline is permanent. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you become a little bit stronger. You sharpen your focus. You train your willpower. You remind yourself that progress doesn't come from bursts of effort, but from steady persistence. It's like a sculptor carving a statue. He doesn't create the masterpiece in one strike. He chips away slowly, patiently, day after day. Each cut seems small. Each effort seems insignificant. But over time, the shape begins to reveal itself. That's how success works. That's how you grow. Quietly. Consistently. Through discipline. There will be days when it feels impossible. Days when you're tired. When your goals seem too far away. When you wonder why you even started. Those are the days that matter the most. Because discipline is not tested on your best days. It's proven on your worst ones. When you push through fatigue, when you stay focused even when results are slow, when you refuse to give up, that's when discipline becomes identity. You no longer do it because you have to. You do it because that's who you are now. Someone who follows through, and once you reach that point, your entire life changes. You stop chasing short-term motivation and start building long-term momentum. You begin to realize that greatness is not about doing big things once, but about doing small things repeatedly until they become part of you. Discipline is also about choices. Everyday life gives you two: the easy path or the right one. The easy path gives you comfort now but regret later. The right path gives you struggle now, but freedom later. And the truth is, you can't escape the pain. You just have to choose the kind of pain you want. The pain of discipline, or the pain of regret. Most people choose comfort because discipline feels heavy at first. But regret is heavier. Regret follows you. It whispers in your mind at night, asking what could have been. But discipline gives peace. It may tire your body, but it strengthens your spirit. You don't need to be the most talented. You just need to be the most disciplined. Because talent will give up when it gets hard. Motivation will fade when it gets boring. But discipline stays, even when the excitement is gone. Think of the sun. It rises every morning without fail. It doesn't rush, it doesn't skip a day. It simply shows up, consistently, faithfully, powerfully. That's discipline. And over time, that steady light changes everything it touches. You can be that light in your own life. You can show up for your goals every single day, even when no one notices. Because one day, the results will speak for themselves. Every disciplined act compounds. Every time you do what you said you'd do, you create momentum. And once momentum starts building, nothing can stop you. Remember this. Your goals don't require perfection. They require persistence. Your dreams don't need intensity, they need consistency. And your success won't come from what you do occasionally, but from what you do relentlessly. Discipline is the quiet force that builds empires, crafts masterpieces, and transforms lives. It doesn't shout. It doesn't seek attention, but it works. Every single day, in the background, turning potential into power. You have that power, too. You just have to use it. Start small. Stay consistent. Keep your promises to yourself. And one day, you'll wake up and realize you've become the person you once dreamed of being. Not because of luck, not because of chance, but because you mastered the most powerful habit of all, discipline. The pain of growth is not gentle. It's not peaceful or easy. Growth hurts deeply, quietly, and often when you least expect it. Everyone loves the idea of transformation, but few are willing to endure what it demands. Because growth doesn't come with comfort. It comes with discomfort, with confusion, uncertainty, and sometimes even heartbreak. But that pain, that uncomfortable stretch, is not there to destroy you. It's there to build you. You see, every stage of growth comes with its own pain. When you outgrow old habits, it hurts. When you distance yourself from negativity, it hurts. When you walk away from what no longer serves you, it hurts. Because growth always requires loss. The loss of who you used to be. But that's the only way to evolve. You can't become something new while holding on to what's old. You can't climb higher if you keep carrying the weight of the past. Growth asks you to let go, to release the familiar so you can step into the unknown. And yes, the unknown is scary. It's dark. It's uncertain. It doesn't promise safety, but it does promise potential. The pain you feel while growing is proof that you're moving forward, not staying stuck. Think about how a seed becomes a tree. Before it can reach the sunlight, it must first break apart underground. The seed literally cracks open. It destroys itself to make way for something stronger, something greater. That breaking, that pain, is part of the process. The same is true for you. When life begins to stretch you beyond what's comfortable, it's not punishment. It's preparation. The discomfort you feel is life's way of expanding your limits, showing you that you're capable of more than you think. Growth never happens in your comfort zone. It happens in those silent battles. When you're learning patience, when you're forgiving, when you're healing, when you're trying again after failure. That's where you're being refined. Pain has a purpose. It teaches you empathy. It builds resilience. It humbles your ego and strengthens your spirit. And while you may not see it now, one day you'll look back and realize that every painful chapter was actually a bridge taking you to a stronger version of yourself. The truth is, growth feels lonely at times, because not everyone will understand your journey. Some will question your choices. Others will distance themselves, and it will hurt, because part of growth is learning to walk alone for a while. But solitude is not emptiness. It's space. Space for clarity, space for healing, space to hear your own thoughts again. It's in that quiet space that you discover who you really are, beyond what the world expects you to be. Don't fight the pain of growth. Don't rush through it. Sit with it, feel it, learn from it. Because inside that pain is wisdom, the kind of wisdom that only experience can teach. Every time you survive something that once broke you, you become more powerful, more grounded, more aware. There's a reason they say no pain, no gain. But that saying isn't just about physical effort. It's about spiritual and emotional evolution. You can't expand without pressure. You can't rise without resistance. The truth is, pain is the evidence of progress. It means something is shifting. Something is waking up inside you. So the next time life tests you, when things fall apart, when people disappoint you, when plans fail, pause and remember, this is not the end. This is the transition. You're shedding your old skin. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. Sometimes life will break you just enough to open your heart. It will remove the things that no longer belong, even when you try to hold on. And while it hurts, it's necessary. Because comfort might keep you safe, but pain is what makes you grow. So don't curse the struggle. Don't ask, why me? Instead, ask, what is this trying to teach me? Because every challenge carries a lesson, and every lesson brings you closer to your purpose. Think of a butterfly. Before it can fly, it must endure the cocoon, a dark, tight space where transformation happens unseen. If you open the cocoon too early to help it, the butterfly would never gain the strength to fly. The struggle is what builds its wings. You are in your cocoon season, too. You might not see progress yet. You might feel stuck, lost, or confused. But inside, you're changing. You're building strength for the next chapter. You're developing wings you don't even know you have yet. So when the process hurts, when it feels like you're being pulled apart, breathe. It's okay. This pain is not permanent. It's simply the sound of growth. And when the time is right, you'll look back and see that every tear, every sleepless night, every painful lesson was shaping you into someone unshakable. Because growth is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you truly are. The pain just clears away everything that's not you. The fear, the doubt, the limits. What remains is pure strength, so don't run from your pain. Don't numb it. Don't hide from it. Face it, walk through it. Let it teach you what comfort never could. Because once you've grown through pain, there's nothing left to fear. You become untouchable. You become grounded. You become free. And that is the quiet victory of growth. The battle within. The hardest battles you'll ever fight won't be against the world. They'll be against yourself, against your thoughts, your fears, your doubts, your habits, your comfort zone. The real war is internal. It's not fought with weapons or enemies. It's fought with willpower and belief. Every day your mind becomes the battlefield. And every choice you make either strengthens your spirit or feeds your weakness. We all have two voices inside us. One pushes us forward. The other holds us back. One whispers, "You can do it." The other shouts, "You're not enough." And most of the time, the louder voice wins, not because it's right, but because we've listened to it for too long. You can't always control what thoughts enter your mind, but you can control which ones you give power to. Your thoughts create your reality. What you think consistently, you eventually believe. And what you believe, you become. That's why the battle within is so crucial. Because if you lose in your mind, you'll lose everywhere else. Self-doubt is a quiet killer. It doesn't destroy you all at once. It does it slowly, one hesitation at a time. You start to question your worth, your talent, your potential. You start comparing your path to others, forgetting that every journey unfolds differently. And before you know it, you're standing still. Not because you can't move, but because you've convinced yourself you can't. But here's the truth. Your mind is not your enemy. It's your greatest tool, if you learn to control it. You must become the commander of your thoughts, not the prisoner of them. When fear says you can't, discipline says, watch me. When doubt whispers, you'll fail, faith replies, I'll learn. When your mind screams, it's too hard, your heart must say, keep going. This is the battle that defines your life, the one between who you are and who you could be. And every time you choose growth over comfort, faith over fear, action over excuses, you win another round. The truth is, no one escapes the inner war. Even the strongest people you admire fight it every day. The difference is, they don't let it stop them. They feel fear and move anyway. They hear doubt and act anyway. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to keep moving despite it. Your emotions will try to control you. They'll tell you to quit, to rest, to stay safe. But emotions are temporary and they come and go like weather. What matters is what you do after they pass, because consistency outlives emotion. There will be days when your mind feels heavy, when your confidence fades, when everything inside you screams to stop. That's when you must remember, progress doesn't always feel good, growth doesn't always feel right. But every step forward, no matter how small, weakens the voice of fear and strengthens the voice of purpose. The battle within is not about perfection. It's about awareness. It's about catching yourself in the act of negativity and choosing a better thought. It's about reminding yourself that you are not your failures, your fears, or your past. You are the person who rises after them. Be gentle with yourself, but be firm with your excuses. Don't speak words that make you weaker. Don't repeat stories that limit your strength. The mind believes what you tell it most often, so tell it something powerful. Speak life into yourself. Speak victory. Speak growth. When you start to believe that you can, the world starts to open doors you never knew existed. Because everything begins in your mind. Change the thoughts, and you change the life. Understand this. Winning the battle within doesn't mean you'll never feel doubt again. It means you'll recognize it for what it is. Noise, a test, a passing cloud. You'll stop letting it control your behavior. You'll stop feeding it with your attention, and slowly the noise will fade. That's how peace begins. Not when the world gets quiet, but when your mind does. There's a calm power that comes from self-mastery, when you can feel chaos but still choose composure, when you can face fear but still move forward, when you can hear the noise but still focus on your purpose. That's strength. Real strength, and that strength doesn't come overnight. It's built one decision at a time. Every time you silence your negative self-talk, you build confidence. Every time you face discomfort, you build resilience. Every time you get back up after failure, you build faith. The battle within is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to awaken you, to show you what you're truly capable of when you stop letting your fears run the show. So, the next time you feel that inner resistance, that heaviness that says, give up, take a deep breath and smile. Because it means you're growing. It means your old limits are being tested. It means you're on the edge of transformation. Don't fear the battle. Embrace it. Because warriors aren't made in comfort. They're forged in struggle. In the quiet moments when they choose to keep fighting even when no one's watching. And remember, The greatest victory you'll ever achieve is not conquering the world outside, but conquering the world within. The power of patience, patience. A word that sounds soft, but holds the strength of mountains. In a world that celebrates speed, patience feels outdated, almost like weakness. We want everything now. Instant success, instant progress, instant validation. But life doesn't work that way. Real growth takes time. Real change takes consistency. And the greatest things you'll ever build, character, purpose, success, peace, they all require patience. Patience is not about waiting. It's about how you wait. It's not sitting still doing nothing. It's trusting the process while continuing to move forward. It's saying, I may not be there yet, but I'm becoming. The truth is, everything meaningful in life takes time. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. It takes days, months, sometimes years of silent growth. It must face storms, droughts, and seasons of stillness. But it doesn't give up, because deep inside, it knows that every stage has purpose. You are that seed, and your patience is the soil that allows you to grow. When you rush, you interrupt the process. When you compare your journey to someone else's, you uproot your growth before it's ready. Patience teaches you to respect timing. Not just your timing, but life's timing. Because sometimes the delay is the preparation. You're not being punished, you're being shaped. The waiting season is not a waste. It's where you build strength, wisdom, and humility. Most people quit too soon. They plant the seed, water it for a few weeks, and then walk away when they don't see results. But the truth is, roots grow before the fruit does. The foundation always comes first, and if you stay patient, one day everything you worked for will start to bloom all at once, and people will call it sudden success, not realizing how long you waited for that moment. Patience is power. Because when you're patient, you're not reacting to life. You're responding with trust. You're saying, I may not control everything, but I trust that what's meant for me will find me when I'm ready. That kind of peace gives you power. Impatience is what drains you. It fills your mind with worry, with comparison, with the illusion that you're behind. But you're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. Life is not a race, it's a rhythm. And when you move in harmony with that rhythm, everything starts to align naturally. Patience also teaches emotional maturity. It helps you handle rejection with grace. It helps you endure failure without losing faith. It helps you stay grounded when life moves slower than you hoped. Because patience is not passive, it's active endurance. It's choosing to keep showing up even when nothing seems to be working. It's saying, I'll keep going even if progress is invisible. That's real strength. Think of the ocean. The tides move in and out again and again, never rushing, never stopping. The sea doesn't demand that the sun rise faster. It trusts the rhythm of nature, and because of that, it's timeless. You, too, must learn to trust the rhythm of your own journey. Your dreams are not denied. They're developing. Every season has purpose. The season of planting teaches faith. The season of waiting teaches patience. The season of harvest teaches gratitude. If you skip one, you lose the lesson of all. So instead of asking, when will I get there? Ask, what is this moment teaching me? Because patience reveals wisdom that speed cannot. Every great person you admire, every artist, athlete, entrepreneur, or leader, has had seasons of waiting. Moments where nothing made sense. Days where progress felt invisible. But they kept going. They trusted that effort compounds, even when results are silent. And that's what patience really is. Trust in invisible progress. You may not see it yet, but your small daily efforts are adding up. Your discipline, your consistency, your quiet sacrifices, they're building something. Just because you can't see the outcome doesn't mean nothing's happening. The tree doesn't stop growing just because no one's watching. The caterpillar doesn't give up in the cocoon just because no one sees its wings forming. Neither should you. Patience also protects you. Sometimes when life says not yet, it's because you're not ready. Not strong enough, not wise enough, not prepared for what you're asking for. Patience gives you the time to become the kind of person who can handle the blessings you're waiting for, because success without readiness can destroy you. But success after patience, that's peace. That's fulfillment. So be patient with your process. Be patient with your pain. Be patient with yourself. You are becoming, even on the days when you feel stuck. Your story is unfolding exactly as it should. There's no rush. There's no race. The universe moves in divine timing, and so will you. When frustration rises, breathe. When doubt whispers, remember how far you've come. When nothing seems to move, look closer. Growth is still happening in the silence. Patience is the bridge between your efforts and your destiny. And the ones who walk it calmly and consistently always arrive exactly where they're meant to be. So take a deep breath, slow down, and trust the timing of your life. Because what's meant for you is already on its way.